Hello, hello, hello. So, a new Let's Talk video. This one we're going to be going over, as you can see over here in the background, I got Twitch brought up. And this video isn't just about Twitch, it's also about like YouTube gaming or a Rumble or a Kick or whatever else. It's about gaming and live streaming overall and how people are starting to kind of move past watching games being played on the internet. In all honesty, it's sad to think that all the hard work, all the time and effort that we all put in over the years to make the platforms what they are and to really, we proved ESPN wrong that you could have an esports event right alongside a basketball game or a football game or something, bring in even more viewership than what those other ones were bringing in. We proved that, an award show can have almost more viewership than, the Emmys or MTV Music Awards or something. To jump into this, the main thing I did actually want to talk about though, because Twitch has been the main platform that I personally stream on, and Twitch is like known as the gaming live streaming platform. That's what it was built to be. Is kind of like G4 TV, but it's run by gamers and content creators. Basically, that's what I saw Twitch as being, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people would agree that's really what we all started on Twitch for, is that we wanted to be able to make a kind of like a TV network of shows, which is basically our live streams, and to be able to show off the cool games that we all like, and to be able to make jokes about the games that we're playing, but also make the in jokes and have the different memes of the different streamers as we're doing the different games and all that stuff. First thing that I wanted to do though was so the CEO Dan Clancy, he's been over the last few weeks he's been doing some interviews, and going into TwitchCon he was doing a bunch of interviews with different YouTubers, and how he would even talk to Kick streamers and all that stuff, the rival platform. But the future and where Twitch is going as a platform, as the way that the CEO sees it, it just feels like Twitch, the main platform for gaming, is going a different direction. And because they're kind of making it official by saying this stuff, I feel like it's really feeding into kind of the more toxic side of the IRL streaming, of the just chatting, of the people who make millions, literally millions of dollars just yelling at a camera and having no substance to themselves. So I've been kind of talking about this on Twitter also, or X also, but I wanted to make an actual video on it. I sort of made a video about this before, but this is, again, over the last like few months, is there's been more and more stuff kind of stacking up to make the point even more. So here is Dan Clancy, the CEO of Twitch, talking about some. It's two instances of him talking about the future of where he sees Twitch going.
Live streaming is a good way to engage deeply with your community. And in fact, as you build that community, you want the opportunity to engage deeply with them. But that is not something that you have the time to do 20 or 30 hours a week. So I think one of the challenges Twitch has had is we haven't built the product to work as well as it could to support someone who might stream once a week for 4 hours. Okay. Now, in general, you talked about, you used the word event.
Mm.
And in most people's mind, they think of events as a big show, something they produce. Okay. And while that may be the case, I don't think of the word event. I think it'll be the same type of experience where it's not a highly produced event necessarily. It'll be someone streams once a week for 3 or 4 hours and they build a community. I do think the community matters a ton for the experience on live streaming. Okay.
So I 100% agree the community matters a ton, but from what I've seen personally, if you stream once, twice a week for 3 or 4 hours, you are not, the way the whole system is built, especially if you're gaming. If you're doing like, okay, if you're doing a podcast talk show that is basically in the just chatting category and all that stuff, what he's talking about is not gaming streaming. What he's talking about is something like a game awards, something like a summer games fest, something that's like an esports event of some kind. or a PlayStation showcase, an Xbox show, press briefing, whatever they want to call them now. That's what he's more or less talking about. Building a community. So the number one thing that everybody always says around building a community is consistency and streaming at least 3 times a week. Even in the Twitch guidelines of like how to make affiliate and everything, it says in there, like, I'm pretty sure it's like 3 or 4 or 8 times a week, whatever the hell it is, and or in the last 30 days or something. So yeah, again, I gave up trying to get affiliate a while ago just because of the requirements, and that's probably something to go into also, is the requirements for affiliates and partner. You're not using an ad system that is built by Amazon. You are literally a contract worker for Amazon. So you are actually working for Amazon by way of using Twitch, and which is different than, say, YouTube, where it's Google AdSense and you're just using the AdSense revenue to make money into an account. So basically what Dan is saying here is that what he sees is that people are just going to come on here and do 1 or 2 streams. I think the whole thing of what Dan is seeing or is saying is that you're not going to be playing games as much. So if you have a big following already, if you have a couple thousand people that are already showing up and watching your streams all the time religiously, if you want to say, subbing to your channel, if you're one of the ones that have like 10,000 people watching on the regular, I'm not talking about those streamers. I'm talking about the lower end ones that have like 10 people watching. You're never going to actually, like, the system is now actively going to be working against you, and it's going to be driving all that viewership that would be going towards the smaller streamers that are gaming. It's going to be driving all that stuff towards an event. So it's like, again, the podcast talk show. So I every once in a while I'll do a Let's Talk, and I'll do a Let's Talk Live, as I call it, where I just finished up a game and now I'm doing a Let's Talk Live to talk about the whole game experience, whether I'd recommend it to everyone else or whether I'd wait for it to be on sale or something. And I feel like Dan is pushing all of us into that mode of like, okay, just, play the game off stream, do the thing, make your clips or whatever, post that on the social media, and then come on to Twitch to talk about it for like, an hour or so, or a couple news things that have been happening in the community, and just basically chit chat with everyone in the chat for a few hours, and that be it. Some of the top streamers do that, and there's a lot of top streamers that do that stuff, and normally when people are just doing that stuff, they end up getting in trouble and all that, because they end up trying to make content out of that. It's kind of hard to do when it's basically just turns into you watching YouTube videos. And then, again, yes, I am doing that, but it's just little clips of the YouTube videos. I'm not talking about like whole series episodes, which that's what a lot of the top streamers do now. They just sit there and they'll watch an hour-long, TV show on stream, and everybody's like, yay, I watched it along with somebody. Again, the special moments that have happened so many times when you're in the middle of playing a game, and then there's that really good story driven moment and everybody is kind of like either tearing up or just laughing like crazy or whatever. I feel like those days are going to be pretty much, I mean, they kind of already are, they're done for smaller streamers. If you have a giant community of like, if you're one of the top notch streamers and you have 10,000 people watching you and all that stuff, yeah, you're fine. You have your community already. But trying to build community on any platform, really, because YouTube is also is going through a thing too of where it's pushing the short form content so much that everybody's just turning into this. They're just swipe, okay, I watched a minute, it's the TikTok thing where it's just like everybody just short attention span.
Except when I'm at TwitchCon and other things, I stream 3 hours a week. Okay. Now I am not a YouTube creator, but I have enough of a following in general because of my role that I can maintain a community streaming just 3 hours a week.
So again, to me, it just sounds like the way he's looking at it is like, if you don't network and you don't work with other people, then you're just screwed. If you ain't working, if you can't get on the radar or somebody who is kind of bigger and has already put together a community, or if you're not part of like a group that is streaming and bringing in the viewership of everyone. But let me go into another thing that Dan was saying over here.
And same thing with Twitch. When you look at Twitch, the ability to stream allowed this creative ability of the masses to be expressed. So ultimately, Twitch will succeed when we can create a platform that allows more people to create and engage their audience.
Ooh.
I believe there's opportunities there in gaming. I don't think we're anywhere close to the opportunity for people that game. I also think there are opportunities outside of gaming. And the way I think of this is, we talk about Twitch being a gaming platform. Twitch is actually a talk platform where people game while they talk. Because the thing that's magical about Twitch is the
I so hard
engagement.
I so hardcore. Sorry, I'm getting double clicks on my mouse. I so hardcore disagree with that. Twitch should be about the gaming first and foremost, and the talking that you're doing comes from the moments that are happening in the game that you end up like your live reaction to the game. Like first, the game the game should be the centerpiece, and then the moments happen in the game, like The Last of Us, the bunny getting shot, by the arrow, and the girl going, oh, that moment could have only happened because the game was a centerpiece that was happening, and then she had a reaction to that. So to me, it's like saying that Twitch is not a gaming platform, but it's a talking platform. No, that is so backwards. But that's where Twitch is starting to head into, and that's where all of these platforms are starting to head into. It's not just Twitch, but Twitch, again, this is the CEO of Twitch. We haven't heard from the CEOs from any of the other platforms, so I can't bring up an example of the other ones saying this stuff, but we're seeing it like YouTube bringing in the shorts. Again, that is bringing it to where it's like, oh, you have a gaming clip? Well, make it 1 minute so people can just scroll past it. Twitch is also bringing in that same feed of like, why would you want to watch somebody game when you can just do the 1 minute and scroll past it again? And then it becomes just the clips. I don't care to watch somebody live streaming for a couple hours and playing the game. I just want that clip. I just want that 1 minute of, something happened and that's it. To me, it's just like, well, you could just go onto YouTube and watch a compilation video of streamer clips to get that. It's totally backwards of what Twitch was started to do.
And the affinity people have for the creators. And people have affinity for a creator not because of how their thumb moves on the controller. Their affinity.
Yes, they do. If you are very good at playing Call of Duty, if you're very good at playing Fortnite, if you're very good at racing, if you're very good at being Dark Souls bosses, using your yes, that is the essential piece and part of Twitch.
Affinity for the creator is about the creator and the fact that they expose themselves. They're honest. They're talk about whatever was on top of their mind. So I do think there's a lot of opportunity for.
And again, talking about what's ever on top of their mind. So you're turning Twitch into a talk show. You're not fostering Twitch to be a gaming platform. You're fostering it to be a talk show. So, okay, what if I'm streaming and this is what I would actually ask Dan. What if I'm streaming music? So I'm playing guitar on stream, which I've done plenty of times. And so I'm supposed to be just basically Twitch is there just to talk about playing music and not actually playing the music, because that's essentially the same. That's intertwined of like you're not there to play the game. You're there to talk about the game and talk and make them. That's not how. Again, I don't. Dan seems like a very cool dude, and he seems like he's been having a lot of fun. Like back in TwitchCon when that was going on, he was up on the stages. He was having a lot of fun with all the streamers and all that. Again, I don't fully agree with the way they were running TwitchCon either. Of like they were just given the same names the same spotlight that we've seen for years now, um, and then also pushing certain things into the spotlight that was just not needed, instead of pushing like more of a like, I don't know what, it's not my job to come up with the events that are up on the stage, but them doing basically nothing but talk shows, and then hearing this of like, that's where we want Twitch's aim to be at, is just talking more than doing anything else on the platform. And then you and then you go and you actually look at the categories, and this is like live right now. Just Chatting has 453,000 viewers. Fortnite has 200,000. So again, Just Chatting is taking over Twitch. I've made videos about that before. This is nothing new. I have never really watched iShowSpeed's full streams, because every time I see a clip, it's like mind numbing to see what the hell he actually does on stream. Pretty much all I've seen is that he just yells at his camera. He does something really, like, he acts like he's too, he can't figure out what the hell to do in a game or something if he does a game. And then I think he also does a lot of IRL streaming, possibly, or maybe that's another one that does IRL stream. But it's just like to see that he has $10 million. He has a tour of a $10 million mansion. He's made that much money off from the Just Chatting section. And you wonder why everybody's going towards that, because, yeah, it's the quick buck. It's not building something. There's no substance to it. Like, he is a creator. Now, to put a little extra context on the iShowSpeed situation, he was permabanned, very hardcore permabanned for sexual coercion, intimidation, anybody else on the platforms. That would be just, you are done. There's no way of coming back from that, especially, with there being video footage of it happening and all that. So what ends up happening 2 years later, iShowSpeed gets unbanned. And the reason behind the unbanning is because he ran up to Dan Clancy and basically begged him to be brought back onto the platform. And initially, I'm pretty sure everybody was like, you got permabanned, there's no reason to bring you back, until Kai Cenat showed up and to defend his friend and basically said, hey, I'm going to leave Twitch if you don't bring back my buddy onto the platform. Now, both of these guys have their fair share of troubles that they've made for the platform, but guess what? They make so much money for the platform, nobody cares. It gets overlooked. Plus, also, they are black, so the way it is nowadays, they get away with it. This is one of the reasons why Kick isn't much better than Twitch. Ninja accidentally leaks his Twitch dashboard on stream with earnings of 142,000 over the last 30 days. So if we click this up, he streamed 102 hours. Now, Ninja is a gamer live streamer. He that's what he does. He does gaming all the time. 4.5 hours ad breaks. Boy, so every 2.5 minutes he's running an ad. Jeez. He made 142,000. So that's gaming. Kick is saying would be higher on Kick, just saying. And then DJ Wheat, which he used to work at, he was one of the top guys I was working at Twitch before. He says, wrong. If you look closely, let's see here. Wrong. If you look closely, you can see most of the revenue, over 50%, is from ads, which Kick doesn't have, so it wouldn't be way higher, even with the 95-5 split. Just saying. Which that's another thing. Like, what, a platform like Kick, where they have so much controversy and toxic behavior on their platform. Toxic behavior, ad companies don't want to be next to what they all consider to be toxic behavior. And as we know from Twitter's, whole dispute stuff that's been going on, what they deem to be toxic behavior is a lot of what you see on Kick, and a lot of what you're starting to see on Twitch also. So again, it's like I've been saying for a while now. How long before the ad companies start backing out of Twitch? And then you're again, Twitch is just not going to, even if you have a higher rev split, if the ads aren't paying out, okay, so sure, 95-5 split, but you have low paying ads, you're still going to get a low paying percentage out of that. Just the math. Now I also wanted to get into something that has been happening on Twitch, and it's probably also happening on YouTube, and it's probably also happening on Kick. I know from this, I know for sure it's happening on Twitch, which this is rough hearing about this.
Pocket watching is a thing. Some people only fuck with people if they got money. Some people don't fuck with small streamers who ain't got no money. They not pulling up to your stream. But let somebody drop out on somebody, see how many people follow them and how many best friends they got that next week when they go live. They sit in your background. They don't speak in your chat, but they watch people who give you money and who in your stream who gift you time. I promise you they follow them and they'll go talk in their stream before they talk in your stream. That's because they don't like you. And that is what it is. They might follow you, but they don't fuck with you. And it's the truth. It's a lot of people that do that. A lot of people will sit in your background and watch who is in your stream, who gift you subs and all of that shit, and they will follow them and go pull up on their stream, and they will have them they'll sit there the whole 24 hours talking to their ass just for that dollar. If you mad because somebody else gives their time and their money to someone else other than you, you don't deserve shit.
Now, to think that there is people out there that are poaching viewership. We're at this point with live streaming. There's people out there poaching viewership. Now, whether or not you believe this guy and what he's saying, what I'm going to say is, in my experience of streaming, or the last, especially over the last 5-6 months, I don't know why, but there's just been a giant influx of bots. Over the course of this last year, it's been getting more and more and more. It's like it's either bots coming in and asking, do you want some artwork done? And, it's an AI bot. You know it is because they say the exact same things over and over and over again. But then you're also going to have that on top of it too. So it's getting to the point where there's no reason to even start up as a small streamer. If you are jumping in, and I guess if you build your viewership and your following off from outside of live streaming, and then you bring that viewership and following in from outside of live streaming into the live stream, and they show up, 1,000 people show up just because you're live every once in a while, I guess that's the way things are going to go. But I just, the amount of ridiculous cutthroat nature that is happening with this stuff. And then again, also just another, so Pokimane, one of the top streamers on Twitch, she's released a cookie that is very high priced, and she ended up saying something.
When people are like, oh my god, $28 for cookies? It's 4 bags. That's $7 a bag. I know math is hard when you're an idiot, but if you're a broke boy, just say so. Anyway.
Okay, so Nadia, another big streamer. You guys have people like Neon, Jack, Sneeko, who average thousands of viewers and do nothing but spread negativity and harass people in public. But when a girl sells cookies, literally Girl Scout cookie type of situation here. Girl sells cookies. That's when you want to speak out. The immense hatred towards women on the internet is unhinged. And again, the hatred towards women on the internet, I guess so. The more I've been seeing of what dudes be saying and everybody be saying about the women that stream and all that stuff, yes, I've been seeing a lot more of it. And I'm just like, why are people going at other people when they are so not only is it rough to be a small streamer, but it's also becoming even more and more rough to be a bigger streamer. Now, again, Pokey is just doing the just chatting thing, although I think she was playing a dating game where it's like a FMV game when this happened. So, but Pokey also, she does a lot of Valorant and everything too. So she is technically still a gamer streamer. We're testing a watch streak progress bar on web and Android for some select users. Track select users. Anytime it says select users, it's affiliate and you know, it's affiliate and above. I get it. Track your watch streak at the bottom of your chat. Receive private chat notifications for streak goals to share in chat. Earn bonus channel points for hitting watch streaks. So essentially, what they're doing is they're telling everyone, oh, if you've been watching this gigantic streamer, do not stop watching the bigger streamer. Do not go and watch anybody that's smaller, unless it's like your friends or something. That's the only time. Like, you're gonna have to have a whole lot of friends that want to show up and, you know, check out your stream from now on. Because if you're a smaller streamer, this watch streak thing, it's just going to cater towards the bigger streamers that are going to have access to this. Because guess what? Again, this is going to be affiliate and up. You already know it, because Twitch doesn't want to give anybody other than affiliates new features on the streams. Okay, if this Twitch gets a single repost, we'll make follower emotes available for all affiliates and partners without needing instant upload eligibility. So, on top of them not giving every streamer at least just one emote, I'd like, where did that go? They hinted at it like 2 TwitchCons ago, and we still, I think it got canceled of like, no, we're not going to give every single streamer out there just one emote. So when you're starting up stream or something or when something really cool in your stream happens, people can come in and just like spam that one little follower emote and be like, yay, something cool happened. We don't even get that. The affiliates get it, but we don't, as any other type of streamer. Okay, so this is a discovery thing. But the stories thing, so where it's like, you know, being able to post up a story saying like, I'm going to be starting in an hour, that's once again only available to affiliates. And so my question is if if you're doing all this stuff and it's kind of making the whole jump from small streamer up to major big time streamer, if all this stuff is only for affiliates, how in the hell are you supposed to jump from, because my stats of getting an affiliate bracket came from about 5 years, and also I was streaming back before there was like follower bots and follow for follow stuff and all that stuff. So my biggest question for Twitch is, how in the hell are you supposed to go from a small streamer who has literally nobody watching to somebody with a low follower count? Any YouTube video that's trying to sit there and say like, oh, you can get 1,000 followers in 30 days. It's all just, it's clickbait. Jeez. The way that everything is going with all these Autobots running around and stuff and everybody's chats and, you know, people, you know, poaching viewership from each other and all that stuff. Again, it's starting to feel impossible to grow from being a small streamer to having at least a decent, I'm not even 100 people to watch or 50 people to watch your live stream. I don't see a way of doing it other than if you're just chatting and doing like a podcast anymore. That's where I feel like we are headed to, if not already there. And to me, that's a very sad future for the future of like gaming live streaming and doing like a live show where you are showing off games. I think the culture too, and you know, culture is a community, and I think the culture of live streaming, for the viewership side, actually for the viewership and majority of streamers, I think it's starting to move away from gaming and it's getting into just talking, because people are just like, they don't want to do the grind anymore of streaming 4 times a week, let's say, at 3 or 4 hours, or a lot of people, what it used to be was you'd be on the grind for 5 days a week and you'd be streaming like 12 hours a day. And people don't want to do that anymore. So then it came down to, you know, you only stream for like 8 hours a day. Now it's down to 3 to 4 hours a day, twice a week, according to Dan Clancy. It's just like, okay, so that's literally just a talk show. That's all that we're down to now. And then you also have the scrolling feature on there, so it's going to be down to 1 minute of clip. Oh joy. I love live streaming. So I guess my big announcements for all this is the more I'm seeing of this, the more it's just saying in of the fact that live streaming has come and we've done a lot with it, and I've had a lot of years of doing it. But I mean, for the past month, I have not been regularly live streaming. I live stream whenever I get a chance to, and I'm like, yeah, let's go live. It's kind of only been for like a couple hours each live stream. It's like been for like 2 hours each live stream. Um, and for the foreseeable future, again, I think it's just going to be game launches, special events like the Game Awards is coming up. If any games launch, then sure. Or if there's like a PlayStation State of Play or something, or like an Xbox event or something. Again, so the event type of situation, and we do a podcast talk show. I'm also really thinking something that will be coming to the channel is more of a production style video. Again, I've been talking about it for like a year. I have one that is about a quarter of the way through of recording, and I'm going through the whole recording process on it right now. I did pre-production. I'm in production mode, and then I'll have post-production, and it'll be live. I think what I'm going to end up probably doing, and this is just like the way I'm looking at everything, I'll probably launch it live on maybe as a premiere, I guess, over on YouTube, and then YouTube will be the main platform from now on. For now, I'm not exactly stoked about YouTube being the main platform. I love Twitch. I've always felt like Twitch very much felt like home, but it doesn't. Again, it's just more and more not feeling like home anymore, just because the culture around Twitch is changing, and just what people expect you to do on Twitch is starting to change too. So yeah, it is, as people say, it is what it is. So yeah, maybe Let's Talk Lives. I might start doing more of those on Twitch. And then also, again, after the big production video, I'm not going to say what it is until it's just about done. But those types of videos, they will premiere first on YouTube, and then I'll probably do like maybe the next night afterwards or something. I'll do a live screening of it on Twitch, and kind of to promote the YouTube channel. And again, I think YouTube is going to be kind of the main platform, because I can do AdSense instead of being like a contract worker with Amazon via Twitch, where it seems like you're going to be making almost the same amount of money on both platforms. So yeah, one's way easier to sign up and work with than the other. There's a lot of information that goes into being a contract worker with Amazon. YouTube is just easier to get the payday on. So I guess that's, and also I was kind of already going towards the whole thing of being more more centered onto YouTube, because I was looking into making more, again, edited and and pre-recorded stuff anyways. So yeah, I guess at this point I'm going to miss the old school Twitch. I'm going to miss all those moments of having those really grand moments when you're running through a game and something crazy happens in it, and you're just sitting there like, what, this is nuts. But those moments are far and few between now, of people just, majority of people just don't care anymore. So yeah, it just has kind of killed off those types of moments from happening. So yeah, it's just the way things go. It's just the way things go. After 6 years, the hype train changes into a different direction. It happens. It happens. So anyways, a little bit longer Let's Talk, of course. Again, Let's Talks are going to be going a little bit longer from now on. I was saying that. I've had actually a few very short Let's Talks also, with like, trailer breakdowns and all that stuff. But yeah, this is the way it's going to be going from here on out. So hit the subscribe button. That's the biggest one. I want to get my sub count up over 500, and we're very close to 450. So hit the sub button. It definitely help out lots. Like the video, and share it around maybe. But outside of that, I guess there's only one last thing to say is like I said, I'm definitely not mainstreaming anymore. Mainstreaming? I'm not. My main thing is not streaming anymore. I will be streaming every once in a while, here and there, but when I got the time enough to do it, and I'm not working on, basically in between making big project videos, that will probably be the time when I end up live streaming, or right after a premiere, I might jump on and for a couple hours, mess around with a game that I just put a big video out for. So, yeah, be on the lookout for all that stuff. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for stopping by. And as always, I will see you next time.